Welcome to this certification course. Let us start with understanding what actually nanotechnology is. Nanotechnology is science, engineering and application of materials and devices at the nanoscale. This is typically a size range below 100 nanometers. You can visualize this with the fact that the width of the hair on your head is about 80,000 nanometers. Nanotechnology is the understanding and control of matter at such an incredibly small scale. Imagine it is the size of viruses or width of a human DNA. It is the technology of smallest possible level which allows us to manipulate the matter at molecule and atomic level. Usually, we use microscope to observe minute objects, the one we see in biology labs. These are optical microscopes work on light rays. The light rays fall on the object, diffract by it, and enter into the lens system to form magnified image of the small object. The resolution of the optical microscope is limited by the wavelength of the visible light, which is in the range of 400 to 700 nanometers. And because of this, the smallest size or length which can be seen by an optical microscope is only around 200 nanometers. With this resolution, we can see the objects like bacteria, biocells, and the organelles inside it, but we cannot see the smaller structures like viruses or the individual molecules. But the nanoscale is considered below 100 nanometers. So these microscopes cannot be used there, as nanoscience works on the scale 1,000 times smaller that can be seen with an optical microscope. Obviously, we need special type of equipments and devices to see and work at the nanoscale. Here is the list of some of the important equipments used for working at the nanoscale. For imaging and characterization, we use scanning electron microscope or transmission electron microscope and atomic force microscope. For fabrication and synthesis, we use methods like chemical vapor deposition or electron beam lithography. For measurement and analysis of particle size, we use dynamic light scattering and zeta potential. Along with this, basic facilities like clean room or glow box is also required for working at the nanoscale. In nanomaterials, the particle size is smaller as compared to the bulk materials. And when the particle size is in the range below than 100 nanometers, it becomes nanomaterial. And its dimensions reaches to the molecules, atoms, or even less than that. We know that the behavior of the material is derived by its atomic structure. But at the nanoscale, the particle size becomes comparable to that of the atom. Accordingly, the material properties get altered. And two important aspects come into the picture at the nanoscale. One is enhanced surface area and other is quantum confinement effect. As the particle size decreases, the surface area increases. Smaller is the particle size, larger is the surface area, and more material particles come on the surface and exposed to the surrounding environment, making the material highly reactive. We can understand this with the example of salt. If we reduce the grain size of the salt, its surface area will increase. This means less amount of salt will be needed to make our food equally tasty. Also, due to reduced particle size, the electronic configuration gets modified, and this is known as quantum confinement. It affects the band gap, resulting in alteration of the electrical, magnetic, and optical properties of the material. The quantum mechanics becomes important at the nanoscale. This is the arena where classical physics breaks down and quantum mechanics takes over to govern the behavior. These two size effects start dominating at the nano regime, and the properties of the material become size dependent in nano regime. At the nanoscale, the shape and size of the constituent particles affect the material properties. The example of the size dependence of the material properties is presented here. In this particular experiment, we can see that the intrinsic viscosity of the solution increases quickly as the shape of the suspended particles in the solution changes from the spherical to elongated. Scientists study these structural changes to describe the behavior and interaction of nanoparticles. Based on this knowledge about the material, engineers make use of nanotechnology to find its applications in various fields. At the nanoscale, properties such as melting point, fluorescence, electrical conductivity, magnetic permeability, or chemical reactivity can change as a function of the particle size. For example, gold and silver change their color at the nanoscale. The gold nanoparticles of spherical shape and 100 nanometer size appear green in color, and silver nanoparticles of triangular shape and 100 nanometer size show red color. This means the world of nanomaterials is not just small, it is different kind of small. This is the arena where the particle size of the material plays an important role in its behavior, and we can alter the material properties by manipulating the size and shape of the constituent material particles. For example, carbon in the bulk form is very soft, as in the core of the writing pencil, which is made up of graphite, a soft form, and an allotrope of carbon. Its molecular structure comprises of hexagonal layers of carbon atoms. The same carbon, when converted into the nanoform like carbon nanotube, it becomes stronger than steel. In the same way, when copper is reduced to the nanometer dimensions like ultra-thin films or nanowires, its properties change dramatically due to the quantum and surface effects. It can become transparent at the nanoscale. Now see how amazing nanotechnology is. The copper can become transparent at nanoscale, gold and silver become red, pink, or blue, or the carbon becomes so harder than the steel. The extraordinary feature of the nanotechnology is that it allows us to manipulate the matter at the molecule or the atomic level. Using interatomic and electrostatic forces, one can literally grab an individual atom on the surface with the help of a tip of a needle and place it on a desired position. The IBM logo shown here was obtained with one of such processes, which we will be discussing in one of my future lectures. At the nanoscale, atoms can be arranged one by one like a Lego building blocks to form the crystal or a molecule of a material. Material can be designed to have desired properties. Means you can make or tailor a material of your own choice at the nanoscale. This feature of the nanotechnology makes it revolutionary and very important. As the nano world is different, the technology applicable at this scale is also different. The high-end experimental setups and advanced equipments are required to turn the important aspects of nanoscience into reality and successful technologies. It is a challenging job, and that's what the nanotechnology is meant for. Nanotechnology is very sophisticated, extremely precise, and operates in highly clean environment where a speck of dust can affect the performance significantly. This field has no boundaries and requires integration of sciences with new type of researches with broad range of interdisciplinary view. Nanotechnology can be applied to any field of life. It improves the appliances we use, humans, health and living condition, even the environment we live in. Nanotechnology is one of the most exciting frontiers in science and engineering. It's expected to transform electronics, computing, medicine, energy, and even our daily lives over the next few decades. The future of nanotechnology involves advancements across multiple sectors, like in electronics in form of smart materials, miniaturization, or wearable electronics. It is the key for the development of quantum computing, supercomputers, or robotics. Nanotechnology plays transformative role in the manufacturing sector in terms of improving materials, production processes, and product performance. Some breakthrough advancements in the medicine due to nanotech have enabled the personalized, efficient, and more precise healthcare systems. It finds application in almost all sectors. The technology is expected to grow significantly with potential applications in wide range of fields. Apart from outstanding features and advantages, nanotechnology also raises important concerns like for health risks, inhalation or exposure to certain nanoparticles may be harmful. Nanoparticles could accumulate in the environment and affect ecosystem, and privacy and security concerns in terms of nanosensors and tracking technologies could raise ethical issues. Regarding regulations, enormous debate over how to best regulate and test nanomaterials is going on worldwide. To sum up, nanotechnology is about working with materials at an incredibly small scale to create big changes in our world. It helps us build stronger materials, smarter devices, and better machines. The power of nanotechnology lies in its ability to solve problems in a way we never thought possible. As we continue to explore this tiny world, we must use it responsibly and wisely to improve lives and shape a better future. Nanotechnology is the drive towards the technology of tomorrow, and it is anticipated that the next big thing is very, very small. By doing this certification, you can join the drive towards technological revolution. These are the references I gone through for preparing this presentation. You can find the details of this content on my YouTube channel, PHYSIFER, as well. By then, keep studying and learning about nanotechnology, and we will guide you to understand this advanced technology and enjoy the revolutionary features of it. Thank you for watching. Some of the interesting links are shared here if you want to go through them.